because we have nothing left to believe in.
So what do I have to say about that?
Do you
I
believe?
respect the judge. I respect our judicial process. And the judge has come to a conclusion. The judicial process allows for appeal. I don't see any reason at all why a few minutes ago you were praising the judicial process because it was slamming our government. And now, from the nature of your questions, you're slamming the judicial process because it doesn't cater to your TRIPS ratings. My point is very simple. The issue today is, were 6 people guilty? And the court has decided that 5 are and 1 isn't. And I see no reason to question that. And if there are those who see reason to question it, they're welcome to resort to the judicial process to go further. But I do not believe in kangaroo courts, and I do not think a mob outside the court has a greater authority to pronounce on guilt and innocence than a judge who is trained and required to weigh the evidence and give a view. I don't really know why I am on this program, except that you bullied me to be on it. I have said everything I need to say, and I really don't have anything to add.
Mr. H.S. Phulka, if I can get you in there, does Manishankar Iyer make a legitimate argument in saying that at some point the courts have to be the last word? Of course, the families in this case could appeal, this could go up to a higher court, but in a sense, just like the BJP has made the same argument in 2002, the Congress is making that argument in 1984. This is the court's decision. What does it have to do with them?
You see, what is Mr. Iyer's party has to explain it, that all this time they didn't even register the case against the Sajjan Kumar. And then when the case is registered, the 6 police officers of Delhi police come forward and give evidence in favor of Sajjan Kumar. They say that Sajjan Kumar did not come to the area, we have seen it, and no person has made any statement against Sajjan Kumar. The CBI's own investigation shows that the Delhi police has fudged the records. Delhi police removed the complaint of the Jagdish Kaur from the records, and to that. And now the government also has to explain that in another case, the Sajjan Kumar charge sheet was prepared against him in 1992 for the murder of 4 Sikhs.
Yes.
Till today, that charge sheet, which is signed on 8th April 92, is not even presented in the court. And then in this Delhi Kent case, after the investigations are transferred to the CBI, the Delhi police in October investigation is transferred to CBI into October 2005. In December, Delhi police filed a closure report in the case of Sajjan Kumar.
Okay.
In this way, the Delhi police, which is continuously going to shield Sajjan Kumar, and that Delhi police officer who has withheld the charge sheet from 92 to till for 21 years, he is given promotion. He is today posted as a DCP in the Prime Minister's office. So the government has to explain.
Naresh Gujral, if I can bring you in, there are legal points being raised by H.S. Phulka, but in a sense, once the Congress takes the position that the judicial process has to be allowed to unfold at its own pace, though there are questions of why 6 Delhi police officers were actually witnesses for the defense. But is the Akali Dal also in danger of politicizing a very serious a pogrom that took place in this country? We are seeing dangerous signs of the revival of extremism in Punjab today. So there are those who will say that the Akalis also have to be careful to not play with fire here.
Barkha, when an entire community feels wronged and loses faith in the judicial system, I think it poses a great threat to the very fabric of our democracy. We are not going to politicize it. It's a sad day because today it has proven that might is right. When a similar thing happened in Gujarat, all the Congress people were shouting from rooftops that the judicial system was not working. And finally, the Supreme Court intervened and suo motu, they ordered a SIT under their own supervision. I don't understand why selective secularism. Why should this not be done also in this case, where 7,000 innocent people were butchered all over North India? I do hope Supreme Court will wake up and redress this grievance of the Sikhs. Not just the Sikhs, I would say all Punjabis and all right-thinking Indians.
Manishankar Iyer, this issue of selective secularism is an important point. You say that the court must, it's the court's job to decide. If the court were to make a similar conclusion in 2002, or in the 2002 riots about who's culpable and who's not, would you and the Congress be as accepting?
The court has to first do that. In neither case has the court delivered a definitive verdict. In the present case, a lower court has said so. It can go in appeal to a higher court, and the Supreme Court has every right to suo motu decide that it wants to do something else. And I would object to none of that. But I do not see why, if the court decides one way, it's selective secularism, and if it decides the other way, then it is total secularism. I don't understand this argument at all. There is the argument being made by my close friend Naresh Gujral that not only all the Sikhs but all the Punjabis are infuriated. In that case, why have they more than once after 1989 and indeed after 1984 elected Congress governments in Punjab?
But you don't accept
And
the
why have they
argument for more
returned a majority of Congress candidates? No, wait a minute. I have two arguments to make. I was answering a specific point made by Naresh Gujral.
Okay.
He was claiming to speak on behalf of not only all Sikhs, but all Punjabis. The fact of the matter is that the verdict that has come in from Punjab has
and all
sometimes
right-thinking
been in
Indians.
our favor and sometimes been in favor of Naresh Gujral. There is a judicial process. That judicial process can either work at the instance of citizens or it can work at the instance of the court itself. And as far as we are concerned, as far as I am concerned, and don't forget, I am married to a Sikh and 2 of my 3 daughters are married to Sikhs. So I have a great vested interest in this matter.
Okay.
Much more than Naresh Gujral, I am Sikh. And as a partial Sikh, I want to see justice done. But I don't think Mr. Phulka can be both prosecutor and judge. And I don't think mobs mobilized outside the court can determine what has happened or not happened.
Okay, I want to get Jagdeep.
I think if we want to respect the judicial process in the 2G scam, or in the CWG scam, or in the Colgate scam, or in this case of Ashwini Kumar, you have to respect the courts also in the case of Sajjan Kumar.
Okay.
If Sajjan Kumar had been found guilty today, do you think you would have held a program just now? You're only holding it because you believe that the only way you can get justice for the 7,000 killed Sikhs is not by holding 5 people guilty who were responsible for the killing, but somehow to bring in a prominent Congress leader, because all you're after is vengeance, not justice.
Tavleed, there is, just putting aside my supposed vengeance, the question is this. There is a tricky question here. When do you treat a court verdict as the final word on something? Of course, there's a long process to go here and money concedes that. This is a lower court. But the point being made...
That is the point. Do you know that when I sit here, not just as a Sikh, but as a citizen of India, it shames me, as it should shame Manishankar Iyer and Naresh Gujral and everybody else in this country, that it's taken 29 years to get here. If justice had been done in the first instance, we wouldn't be sitting here and there wouldn't be mobs outside the court, Mani. Justice has not been seen to be done, which is why there is this anger. And the anger is justified because it's not just the country of the Sikhs, and it's not just a question of the Sikhs. It's a question, do you want to live in a country where your child could be walking down the street and be killed by mobs? And Naresh knows well, he had vigilante squads, anyone who was here saw what happened. Everyone saw the mobs. Everyone saw Congress MPs. Now, you know, none of us can prove all of this, but we have seen it. And, you know, I want to just say one more thing. Phulka Saab, well done, Phulka Saab, for having fought single-handedly without even the support of other Sikhs on this. Because most Sikhs, including me, just feel that this is not a country where justice can be done.
So at some point you just
Yeah,
say
there's
move on.
political parties can take charge of courts and manipulate things, as has been done in this case.
Okay, now somebody who hasn't given up the fight is Jagdish Kaur.
हिंदी में
जी हिंदी में ही बोलूंगी। जगदीश जी, आपके साथ तो बहुत बड़ा हादसा हुआ। आपके परिवार के 5 लोग मारे गए। कौन कौन?
एक मेरा हस्बैंड था
जी,
बेटा बड़ा, 3 भाई, वो एमएस के ठेकेदार थे। मेरा हस्बैंड आर्मी में वो ईएमई में काम करता था, बेटा बीएससी ऑनर्स कर रहा था।
आपको क्यों लगता है कि जो आज का ये जो हादसा हुआ आपके साथ, उसमें सज्जन कुमार का हाथ था?
अरे भाई, मैंने तो आंखों से देखा है इसको कहते हुए, मैं आंखों कानों से सुना है, आंखों से देखा है कि ये सिख 2 तारीख को ये मॉब को कह रहा था कि सिख साला एक नहीं बचना चाहिए। जो हिंदू इनको छुपाता है उनके घर भी जलाओ, उनको भी मारो, एक भी सिख बचना नहीं चाहिए। ये मैंने कानों से सुना है। तो जो पुलिस की बात करते, जो 5 को उन्हों को दोषी ठहराया है
जी,
ये जो है ये मोरा तो ये है, वो तो मोरे थे, ये हैं जो लीड करने वाला, जहाँ कत्ल कराने वाला, असली दोषी तो ये था। वो तो इसके कहने पे लगेंगे, वो तो छोटे लीडर थे ना, ये तो बड़ा लीडर था।
और आज के कोर्ट वर्डिक्ट के बाद क्या आपके ऑप्शंस हैं? आप आगे लड़ेंगे?
अरे भैया, मैं तो बिल्कुल टूट गई हूँ, बिल्कुल भरोसा नहीं रहा मेरा उसके न्यायपालिका पे, बिल्कुल भरोसा उठ गया है। क्या करेंगे? 5 आदमियों को तो दोषी ठहराता मेरी उसे अगुवाई से, तो एक को बरी करता। जब मैं हर वक्त कह रही हूँ कि ये दोषी हैं, ये कातिल हैं, ये दोषी है, इनको सजा होनी चाहिए सबसे पहले, नहीं तो दूसरों को भी छोड़ो, वो तो इसके मोरे हैं।
आपने आज जज को ये बोला, आपने बोला जाके कि भाई अगर ये इनोसेंट है तो बाकी 5 भी इनोसेंट है।
हाँ, मैं तो कह रहा हूँ, उनको क्यों उसको चक्करों में डालते हो? असली कातिल तो आपने छोड़ दिया है, तो वो तो इसके मोरे थे, इसके कहने पे वो कत्ल कर रहे थे, तो उसको भी छोड़ो, तो मुझे फांसी दो। मैं तो बैग उठ गई थी जज पे, बड़ा मैं तो बैठी रही थी भी जज को बाहर निकालो, वो मुझे फांसी दे, मैं फांसी लेने को तैयार हूँ, उसको सबको छोड़ो, मुझे फांसी दो। जब मेरे सारे देखो, इंदिरा गांधी को 2 गार्ड मारते हैं सिख, तो सजाए मौत देते हैं सब सिख बरादरी को
जी,
है ना, दिए ना, घर जला दिए, परिवार मार दिए, सजाए मौत दी। ये 3-4 हज़ार का कातिल है, इसको सजाए मौत कहाँ मिलेगी? इशारों तो इनको भी चलता था ना, इनका राज चलता था, इनका इशारा चलता था। जब मैं पुलिस स्टेशन, जो पुलिस की बात कर रहे हैं, ये इनको सीबीआई पे भरोसा नहीं है कि उनकी इंक्वायरी बहुत अच्छी नहीं करी, जहाँ वो सीबीआई ने सब कुछ कराया, तो फिर सीबीआई को अच्छी वो क्यों मानते हैं? अभी ये बहुत अच्छी हैं, वो इंक्वायरी अच्छी करती हैं, उन्होंने तो अच्छी करी है ना, तो उनकी मानी नहीं गई। थी वो पुलिस जो कातिल पुलिस है, वो मेरे देखो, मैं तो ये देखा है, जब मैं पुलिस स्टेशन गई हूँ पहली को, बेटा मेरा मारा गया था, तो हस्बैंड तो मैं पुलिस स्टेशन गई थी, भाई भैया मेरा तो घर बर्बाद हो गया, सब कुछ जल गया, तो मेरा बेटा भी जल गया, घर भी जल गया, तो मेरी रिपोर्ट लिख लो। तो आगे पुलिस क्या कहना था कि अभी तो बहुत मरेंगे, तो बहुत मर रहे हैं, हम किस किस की रिपोर्ट लिखें? हाँ जी, ऐसे कहा, ऐसे किस किस की रिपोर्ट लिखेंगे? जब सब मर जाएंगे तो सबका इकट्ठा होगा जो कुछ होगा, ये पुलिस स्टेशन का कहना था।
एक मिनट, Manishankar Iyer, you say what are you doing on this program? What does the Congress have to answer for? I just want to take you through the history of the multiple commissions that have been set up to look at the 1984 riots. The first one was set up by Ved Marwa. He's on record saying that when he went looking for the police case diaries, he found many of them blank because the police did not even want to register cases. They did not want to leave a trail behind. You have 6 officers of the Delhi police today testifying as defense witnesses. Do you blame families such as Jagdish Kaur, who lost everything in 1984, they're still fighting in 2013 for having lost faith in the capacity of our system to deliver justice today?
Why should I